Hey there, guys, gals, fans, and pals. Your buddy JohnMegacycle here. Another episode of, or actually the conclusion of the Megacycle Entertainment OpenTTD tournament. We just finished, I think this is called Toyland Mark II, I believe is the one that we called this one on. We just revisited Toyland, or what is it called actually? Toyland, yeah, that's actually literally what it's called. So real simple premise here. This was going to be another 20 years, that kind of a thing, starting in the year 2000 this time. So this is going to dibble-dabble in a little more of the advanced trains than we normally have. So yeah, this is real simple. If this is your first time joining us, hey, how's it going? I'm JohnMegacycle here. I host these tournaments every, well, I want to say month and a half probably. Time in between tournaments, the setup, the duration, everything. What we do is we, as a community, agree on a premise for a tournament. I then spin up a server, OpenTTD server, for every player and password protected to make sure that players can play their game without being interrupted. And then what we do is we give it like 2 or 3 weeks, more on maybe actually 3 to 4 weeks. We give it about 3 to 4 weeks for people to play 20 years. It takes about 4.5 hours to play that long, right about, I'd say. And that's really it. We grade everyone on company value. And that's the brunt of the tournament. It's pretty straightforward, to be honest. So, what I've got here is everyone's Toyland. I have all of the connection information here. By the time you see this video, we will have already decommissioned the servers and everything, so you're going to see some passwords. I don't care. The tournament is well over, as you can see. We already have a bunch of people already completing the 20 years. So I'm going to pop in this first one. It is going to be Cyber Psycho. Cyber Psycho for psychotic transport. Let's just get down their numbers. I'm going to denote this in million, not billion. That way everyone will be denoted in million. So this is going to be 1,230 million. That's very impressive. Well done. Before we go any further, I want cheesy background noise. I don't want anything else. Okay, let's take a look at psychotic transport. This was a 1K by 1K map, so fairly large. I think we usually keep it to like 512 by 512. But it looks like there's a lot of stuff going on here. Just by looking at the map, blue is bubble generator. Brown are cola wells. And these are all going to pull probably to, what is it, red? Fizzy drink factory. Yeah, red. So I can just see on this mini-map here, all of these are pulling all the way to here. And that's going to make your... Oh, interesting. Okay. Foundations for bidirectional what's-its. Okay, that's really cool. But yeah, this is going to bring in all that stuff, right? All the raw materials. And then I'm sure somewhere, yep, more bubble stuff. I'm sure this is what's carrying the fizzy drinks, yep. And let's go ahead and grab a train. Three locomotives. Wow, okay. That's awesome. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Alright, I knew we'd find some fun stuff here eventually. So you're going to... Let's start at Patricia Woods. So Patricia Speed Boost. Huh, not sure I get that one. Patricia Woods, and then Antonia for the sales, and then Antonia Speed Boost. Antonia Transfer... Then there. I'm not gonna... I don't know how to say that word. Agaphoclia? I don't know. Okay. So, let's answer some questions, maybe. If this, like, again, if this is your first time seeing this, that's how I kind of like to do my videos. To be like, just... I don't want to go in and be like, everyone knows how to play this thing. Because this might be the first time you not only see OpenTTD, but also meet me. Which... God, that sounds terrible. So one of the things that's a good fundamental thing to understand is when you're playing a game like this, you have products that you're going from, that you're trying to deliver. As trains load up cargo and they deliver their stuff, there's ideally, you want a train to have product all the time, right? It's always delivering. if you're delivering passengers, like here, Cheryl Woods goes to Randy, these trains are going to have passengers ideally both ways, right? You pick up passengers from Cheryl, you bring them to Randy, you drop off the Cheryl passengers, you pick up the Randy passengers, you go back to Cheryl, right? You have freight both ways, quote unquote freight. When you play with goods, one of the problems is generally you pick up goods from one spot and then you drop them off somewhere else. And what you're trying to prevent is that when you drop off, you're not coming all the way back to your original spot empty. You want to maximize how often you're hauling product. And that's exactly what's happening here. So instead of a train being, let's say, 50% utilized, right? If I go and I load up and I go to my station, drop off, and then I come back empty, half of my journey, I don't have cargo, right? So I'm only about 50% effective. You can maximize this and make your train 90% plus effective. And I'm using the word effective in that regard. But that's the idea of that. So you're picking up, you're dropping off, you're picking up, and then you're going all the way, and then you're dropping off, right? You're dropping off there. So that way you're spending a very small amount of the actual journey empty. And that makes for really great efficiency. It also makes for really profitable networks. So let's see here. What else we got going on? Passenger stuff. Yep, this is all bringing everything to a toy factory. Battery, plastic, toy factory. I wonder what these waypoints do. I might join the company and just watch that for a second. But let's go through the rest of everything else. Yeah, looks like just maximization of goods and services. Yeah, just tons of stuff. This is actually a little hard to see with the trees, so let's do that a little bit better. But yeah, this is just grabbing all manners of product and shoving it, shoving it somewhere, probably here, and that's just cranking out tons of toys. Yep. Oh, found the thanks, John. We have a cute little tradition, I guess. I think Cyberpsycho, I think, started it. I think they started it with a pyramid or something. I think. I could be wrong now. It's been a while. We've been doing it for a while, these tournaments. Someone just goes and says, thanks, John, in the thing. Because the community's been really supportive and awesome with all of this. So, I don't... Like, none of this is charged or anything. Like, I'm not charging a fee to do this. Like, this is a lot of fun for me. People participate, they have a good time, we chat it up a bunch. So yeah, just once in a while I'll see so in the earlier days I got I think it was Cyberpsycho did originally. I could be totally wrong, but it was just like, thanks, John, and I'm like, oh, that's sweet, buddy. No problem. And then like now everyone's doing it. It's really cool. So they hide it. Apparently they hide it, so I found it. There it is. Very cool. Okay. Let's go through some stats, shall we? I know that folks enjoy the sort down, shared orders. Oh, come on. Thank you. Nope, sort down, thank you. Toys. Oh, what are these? Toys. Okay, well then... Oh, this is fizzy drinks. Yeah, okay, yep. So fizzy drinks and toys are going to be the highest pulls for sure. And that makes perfect sense, because if you're pulling the raw materials to the factory or to the toy shop or to the cola yard or whatever, you're going to have a handful of trains per stop, right? So like if we go to, I'll just grab one. Here you go. This is pulling plastic. How many trains are here? 3. Yep, makes sense. This is pulling batteries. How many trains are here? 3. Yep. Perfect sense. So all these little haulers are going to haul to here, and then you got the big haulers pulling the big toys all the way to the other side of Narnia. Yep. We're going to see the same thing here. Full load, waypoint, unload, leave empty. Oh, so this looks like this is a transit. Roy Valley. Rachel waypoint. Rachel South. Okay, I want to see this speed boost in action. Let's go through the rest of everything else before we do. Here is the storybook for Psychotic. Again, shout out to the dude who went and created this script. This is a neat little game script. And all it does is it just spits out all the information about what's gone on. So you can see right here, pretty ridiculous amounts of growth for sure. Yeah, absolutely. No, very, very well done. At 1.2 billion? Yeah. That's pretty friggin' awesome. Anything else we need to check? I don't think so. I do want to indulge. Though I want to see this speed boost happen. And you're already left. Is there anyone else who's, like, coming back? Yes, you are. Now, what else are you hauling? You're hauling batteries and toys. Interesting. 200 miles an hour. Oh, I know. I get it. See how it turns around? So I think what happens with the speed boost... Speed boost. Roy Valley. I think what's happening is they're slamming into the waypoint, instantly getting turned around, and then now they're just in the station and they have to move the 5 feet. I think what happens normally is they have to slow down. Yeah. Yep. If I had to put numbers to dollars or whatever, I think that's what's happening. So they get all the way to wherever this is. They reach the target, and they just slam to a stop. They're not, like, slowing down or anything. And that's kind of it. I want to see if we can see one more. Without knowing the technical mumbo-jumbo, like, I'm going purely on observation. That's what I'm understanding this is happening. So, Duder's just going to be like, wham, and then quick reverse, and we're done. So this doesn't speed boost faster acceleration, which was my initial thought. This speed boosts faster stop down. Boom. Yep. Yep, okay. I'm not going to mess with any of that. If I want to, I would have just been like, okay, now I'm going to absolutely I'm going to absolutely mess with the orders, and I want to see if that's true. What else? I think that covers a lot of this. So, thank you, Cyber Psycho. Boop. We had quite a few players this time. 7? 7-ish? We average about anywhere from like 5 to 8, somewhere around there. And I want to get to everybody. And, yep. Boop. This is the dude. Where's the money? 4.263 billion, or as I'm denoting here with the same notation, 4,263 million. Very impressive. A lot of aircraft. I think aircraft might be what's sinking the putt. That's what's doing it. Very thick rail networks, my goodness. Yep, same overall thought though, right? Man, how's all this one station? Oh, it's not. It's actually a couple of stations. Okay. I was like, holy crap, I've never been able to build a station that big. But yeah, same thing. So this is going to be pulling in all the fizzy drinks. This is all dropping off all of the different... I'm just blindly following. So this is just all the different runs that are going to go to the cola wells or the bubble factories. What are they called? Bubble generators. Yep. So you can see also the very same idea is in place here. You want to pick up, you want to drop off, and you want to make sure that you're doing it as fast as you possibly can. That's not the right button I wanted. Go non-stop, full load. Go to Deborah Heights, unload, and wait for any full load. Interesting. Unload and leave empty. So this is actually picking up from a couple of places. But the thing that has me curious is this accepts fizzy drinks. Oh, I get it. So it's unloading from Andrew, but this is producing under its own weight. There's no fizzy drinks here. There are fizzy drinks here, though. Yep. Okay, that's also interesting. Technically making it even more efficient. Yeah. Yeah, that's really cool. I don't have any notes. It's really cool. Lots of airports. Yep. It's interesting that it always depends on who I talk to. This is the equivalent of the Yate Hugon, but this is called the Flashbang Wizard. I'm very professional. The main difference between this and some of the other aircraft is this one is 3 times as fast, but only carries a third of the cargo, whereas there's other aircraft that are 3 times more cargo dense, but only go a third of the speed. I personally like something like this instead. The Yate Hugon is, I don't know if that's even how it's pronounced, but that's the kind of plane I like. I like the speed instead of the volume, at least for passengers. Oh, found it. Holy crap. Candy Mega Island. Holy crap, man. Somebody has some time. There, yes, that's insane. Yeah, that might be the picture for the tournament right there. I'm actually just gonna snag up that thumbnail right there. Let's get a little wider shot. I don't know if my screen is flipping out while I'm doing this. Okay, I got it. That's insane. All right, you're welcome. I'm still blushing up here. Okay, good. So once we've talked about those two fundamental things, right, the airports and also how these candy routes go, you can see how you can really volumate, right? Increase in volume, and it's the same thing. So when you get just more routes and stuff, and you just bring more and more materials to the 1 or 2 factories or whatever you got going on, now the only thing you got to do is just mass produce how many trains you have going. So these are all fizzy drinks. Yep, that's a lot. Let's talk about shared orders. Yep. 70 are hauling the fizzy drinks. These look like passenger lines to me. Oh, mail lines. Okay. Mail does actually pay pretty well. Yep, soda. I'm guessing these are bubbles. Yep, bubbles. Yeah, no messing with toys. This was straight cola. Oh, there was a little bit. There's a little bit going on with plastic and batteries. But yeah, mail. Man, mail brings a lot of money. Let's check your route before I get too far into stuff. Beverly West. Stefina. That's quite a haul for mail. Yeah, that's quite a haul. Storybook, yeah? $2 million the first year is pretty insane. Yeah, half a billion with a B. Half of a billion every year. That's absolutely crazy. Well done, the dude. That's friggin' nuts. Next is Cinder Elm Creek. Cinder Elm Creek was C.E. Colaco. C.E. Colaco. 667 million. Get that jotted down. Okay. Let's take a gander over there. What the? Oh! Thanks, John. Merry Christmas. Ah, that's very cute. Oh my gosh, everyone made such cute thanks, Johns. This is very creative. I like this very much. My stuff is always so uninspired. Which is fine. My brain doesn't really work in aesthetics. The conversation I have usually, my brain is, all right, I fixed it. Does it work? Yes. Do we want to pretty it up? And I'm like, we already said it worked. Why are we touching stuff, right? Like that. It's kind of how my brain operates. So whenever someone comes up with something that's very beautiful, I like it. Also, are there explosions happening here? They must have just finished it up, trimming out all the trees and crap. Oh, that's great. Okay, I went back to spectator mode. Okay. Very cool. Thank you, Cinder. I didn't have to fight to find it. I appreciate that very much. Okay, yep. Kind of same dealy here. Pulling all the materials to one centralized location. Emmanuel North. So this is where stuff is being dropped off, and this is where fizzy drinks are being picked up. So let's go ahead and take a look at one of these trains. Emmanuel Woods, full load any cargo. Emmanuel Transfer. Interesting. So this is a separate loop that is just pulling soda out of the facility and dropping it off somewhere else. I don't know if I've seen that recently. That's really cool. I wonder if that really helps the production. I don't know the production math. The way I understand it is anytime you drop off the raw materials, another product, if it can be made, is made, and that's it. I don't know if there's conversion math. I don't know if it's like, oh yeah, if you increase the transportation percentage, you can actually get, for every one piece of bubble, you can actually get 2 sodas. I don't know if that's a thing or what, but this is actually neat. I like that. I wonder if that resets like the rot, like while it decays or something. I'm not too sure what that does. Anyway, let's go ahead and crack open the map. We're going from the Alyssa transfer, which looks like it's going to be the same. It's the same setup. Yeah, Marta. Yeah. Then go to Laura Fizzy Drinks. That drops it off. And go to Emmanuel Transfer. And then Agaf, I'm not going to say that name. I'm going to just cheese off somebody, I'm sure, and that's not my intent. Oh, dude, how rude. You said idiot in German, and I'm like, I wasn't trying to. I was trying to say these letters here. Yeah, so anyway, I like this internal loop thing. And it's like I said with every single tournament, like, every time I check out a server or see what people are doing, or we do these summary videos, like, I always pick up something out of it, and I find that a lot of fun. Just being able to pick up something new. So I do want to know what the relationship is. Like, what does this benefit? Maybe it could be just as simple as not having a lot of space, right? Maybe it's a space constraint, and this just pulls stuff out, and it ensures that your mega transportation network can be somewhere else, and just gives you a little bit of room. It could be as simple as that, and that would be a very fine answer. Yeah. No worries on any of that. Okay. Stuff looks good. Let's go ahead and see their shared vehicles. Yep. Mail again. Really? Man, mail must... Oh, this is passengers. Passengers and mail must look different. Hold on. Do you have... Total cargo. Yep. Passengers and stuff makes a lot of sense. You can make a lot of money. Last year, $2 million on this train alone. Not too shabby. Yeah. And then, of course, these are going to be fizzy drinks. Oops. I'm just going to keep clicking in places. Yep, fizzy drinks. Not too shabby there at all. Oh, let's take a look at their storybook. Very good start first year. I think if in the first year you can make $1 million income, I think you're in a good spot. Man, 92 million a year is still a lot of millions. No, that's very cool. Yeah, very cool. One more gander on the map. Yeah. Very straightforward. Oh, a couple of airports? What aircraft have they chosen? Yeah, see, so this is kind of what I was saying before, is you can either have the faster speed, or you can have more cargo. And I don't think I've ever... Well, I shouldn't say it like that, but I don't think I've seen players mix and match. It's either I want the bigger cargo, or I want the more speed. I don't have, like I said, I don't have the right answer. I don't know if there is a right answer. That's what's beautiful about games like this, right? Everyone can play it in a different style, and it's all good. So, yeah. Real easy. Real done on that one. Thank you very much, Cinder Elm Creek. Boop. Next is going to be Gill Games. Toys R Us. 456 million. Okay, 456 million. Let's take a gander at what we've got going on here. Oh, wow. They hit a lot of stuff. Oh, found it. Happy New Year. That is... There we go. Oh, that looks really good without all the trees and bright crap in the way, right? Very cool. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Okay. Let's grab a couple of these train intersections and start peeling this apart a little bit, yeah? Oh my god, what? Huh. Maybe these are just all starts, so maybe they went around and just stamped down a bunch of stations just to prepare for something? I'm not entirely sure. But we've got to loop all the way around. My goodness. What is this? Nope, that's just for... Okay, Joan. Is this just passengers? This looks like this is just passengers. Okay. No problems with that. No problems with that at all. What else? I can see Patricia starting to be built out as a larger town. Let's talk about this. Like I said, I like to usually do this as if people have never seen this before or whatever. Just talk about some of the theory. What can happen with a town is, I guess, it can make the decision to expand. When it does, it checks and it says, hey, is there a place for me to build a building? Buildings need to be within certain road configurations. And if the answer is no, the city builds a road, right? So what Guild Games has done here is they've peeled out some road. So that way, if the city ever is like, I want to expand, do I need to build a road first? The answer is going to be always no, right? So Guild Games has gone through and built the roads for them. I want to see if there's another example of that. But that's something that can be done. You can kind of help a city move along. And there's a bunch of stuff you can do. The main one, really simply, is transport one person across 5 stations once a month. And not the same dude. You're not hauling the same dude. But just, like, make sure that build 5 stations that could be just bus stations and just move at least one person around, and then the city rolls more positively for expansion. That's how I understand it. So let's see what we got here. Out of time. Oh no. Terry Woods, Terry East. Let's see here. You've got... Yep, you're bringing in the toffee and the candy floss and the cola and the batteries. And you're most likely haul... Oh, no, you're also... Wait. Oh, this guy. Terry Woods is not doing anything. Out of time. Okay. So what does this connect to? This was going to connect to Natal. Oh my god. Now that is a network. Huh. That is a neat little station. I like it. This is a really cool concept. Let's talk about this. This is how you can still have your one out, one in. and then also have this split off. So unloading and loading takes a long time in relation to the entire train process, right? Trains can transport products, what, 200 miles an hour? So that's not an issue. The travel time's not really the issue. It's this. This is where the logistics really comes in, and you gotta start splitting and mulling about. So what they've done is when a train comes in, it hits this stop, and it decides across these three, 1, 2, 3. But they can actually go into each 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but it's 3 branches. 1, 2, 3. Then when they go in, they drop off their stuff, and then they leave out the other way. It's all based on these signals right here. So this is actually really smart. When a train gets into a station, the signal actually will say, hey, okay, this path is blocked. Don't go this way. There's someone already in there. And that's how that all works. I don't know if this is a row station. I don't know enough about the signaling itself. I use the same signal all the time because it works. And that's kind of the brunt of it, to be absolutely honest. I keep saying, man, I'd really like to learn signals, but why are there so many? I'm too used to Factorio now where it's chain and plane. That's it. It's a plain chain signal. So this is carrying sweets, candies, right? To Adam East, let's go ahead and take a gander at this route. I would spend more time, like, really peeling out everyone's specific routes and, like, really treat it as, like, a tutorial workshop. But here's the thing. We have 7 players. If I spend 10 minutes on everyone, that's, you know, well over an hour. And the thing is, that's already, like, a third of a run. Excuse me, a bit of a sneeze there. We've seen this before. Let's talk about this real quick. This is an interesting setup that I've seen. I think I first saw it from the dude. And the way in which this works is, I'm going to click on coverage. And I'm going to click on coverage. And look at the white squares. The white squares are the stations themselves. And the purple is the coverage area. We don't really care about the coverage area per se. But what happens is, these vehicles have very simple orders. Go, go. You full load, transfer, leave empty. What this is doing is this is pulling from Agafia south and bring it to Melina. So what we saw before with Cinder Elm Creek with their train circuit, their internal train circuit, right? They're just moving stuff from one station to another, not very far away. This same thing is done with buses and trucks and crap. So what's happening is they're picking up toys. And the toys are literally being they'll just be instantly removed and dropped over there. So let's see here. Can we get... I'm going to join just so you can see this happen. So see how there's like nothing here, but toys are popping up in Melina South? Because these trucks are pulling it instantaneously the second they hit the dock. Yeah, like, I think the same thing is happening on the inner side with fizzy drinks, which is interesting. But yeah, this station doesn't have any. Yeah, none of these stations have any toys. Even though that stuff is being dropped off to make toys. And that's what's being made there. So I'll get back to spectate. But I did want to show that's what was going on. And it works out it's a very, very, very high volume system. It's very cool. 100%. Yeah, it's very cool. Okay. Let's take a look at Guild Games is Blurp. Nope, not that. Well, did I do this already? I don't know if I did this already. One other thing that I'd like to note, smaller trains and double locos. That's something to note. I don't know enough about the math and the science behind things, so I'm not going to speculate as to whether or not it's better. Again, the cool thing is everyone plays the game differently. Each of these maybe really get the maximum speed, just bam, just instantly, snap your fingers, boom, max speed. but I'm not sure. Oh, let's get this one more time. Sort by number of vehicles shared orders. Millions, baby. Nice. And then let's go ahead and check the storybook. Can almost get it all on the same screen. Almost. There we go. Got it. 73 million a year. That's nuts. That's good stuff. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Solid run by Guild Games. Merp. Next is Bo Gus. Hectare ITC. Huh. There's usually some references I don't fully understand. A hectare is a measure of area. Or is that a hectare? Hectare. Hectare. Okay. Not too sure what ITC is, but they usually have like puns or some riddles hidden in their name. Or a callback, really. That's what I'll call it, a callback. Which is pretty interesting. Let me get your score down. 1,069 million. That's impressive. Well done. Okay, map of the world. Oh, already found it. I like how everyone has just like made this easy for me. Oh, what is this? Oh, I didn't know I didn't know headquarters were like castles and crap, because I rarely ever build mine. Thanks, John. Duh. Thank you. You're welcome. Thanks everyone for playing. Oh wow, did they just do aircraft? They didn't do any candy or anything at all. Oh wow. And they annihilated that. I mean, 1,069 million is doing pretty freaking well so far. Yeah. So let's talk about a couple things here, since I don't really have any routes to examine. When I mentioned before about the move a passenger around, that's exactly what's happening here. So some people will do this with bus stops. But what Bo Gus likes to do is do the train thing, which I think is really impressive. So all this train is doing, literally the only thing doing is go to here, go to here, go to here. They're just boo, 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 boo. That's all they're doing. And these are all implicit because they have to go through each other. So you're going to get that implicit stuff. If I said go to Joan Central, which is what this one is, from Joan Central to Joan Transfer, that's where it'll say go to Joan West and go to Joan implicit, because there is no other path. You have to do that. But what that's doing is creating much more dense towns. And what's also doing is, I don't know if you can see it, but what Bogus has done is they've purchased all the road corners. So like I said before, when a city says, hey man, I want to expand, do I have a spot to expand? No. Well then, I have to build a road. By owning all this land, Bogus has made it impossible for them to expand further. Which can be really cool, because it allows you to sculpt a city. What's a really good example? I guess if you build the airport, what you could do is you could sculpt the city around it. You know, you could shape the city in a certain way, and that allows you to better form what's going on. It's kind of nuts how well they did just by aircraft. Like, well done. This was very well done. What else is there that I want to talk about here? Okay, so I guess there's no train shared orders aside from, yep, passenger bits. What about aircraft? I guess we'll go by aircraft shared orders. Boop. Shared orders. So Bogus has opted for the larger aircraft as opposed to the faster aircraft. Again, I don't have any yay, nay preferences. I like faster, though. That's just my 2 cents. But, yeah, 7 mil, 6 mil, 6 mil, 7 mil, 8 mil. That's crazy. Can you sort on total profit last year? 8 million? I mean, that's very steady. That's very steady cash without a lot of stress. I like that a lot. What else? Yeah, without really routes to truly pick apart, I'm not really too sure what to dive into. Let's just grab, are the orders pretty much go here, go here? Yeah, okay. Let's jump into another one. Go here, yep. Yeah, that's about right. Before we go any further... There we go. What else? I guess let's look at the storybook. Yeah, 150 million. That's pretty freaking good. It's a lot of money, that's for dang sure. That gets us at the, yeah, 1 point whatever billion. Yeah, that's crazy. Oh, well done, Bo Gus. Yeah. Very well manicured towns, very, very clean run. Yeah, no real rail to say, but yeah, well done on that. Burp. Very quick review, very quick summary. Next one is JMegs. Burp. It's me, the JMegs. John T. Megacycle Transport, because I'm not creative enough to come up with a funny name. I did 949 million. Okay, good stuff. Let's talk about my run real quick. I started off with a passenger run, which was somewhat fatalistic. I built out everything and then realized I didn't have enough money for locos, but I want to just start with passengers, which I like to do. So we're just going to go down the line. Cheryl, Dennis, and David? Dennis and Douglas. This all just pulls all the way up. I'm just going to shut that off because damn, that is bright. That comes all the way up here to Amber. And kind of the same thing here. I did little routes right here. I did it with buses, with Bo Gus before. Like I said, they do it with trains, and I like that train look. But I just have one bus going between each of these, and that's it. And as you can see, the town has exploded. There's quite a bit of that is really, really, really perked up. So aside from that, I did very much what everyone else did, is I started to pull resources to here. Yes, okay. Everything is so bright. This is where we have all of our toys being made. So what's being brought here is the... hold on. Oh, no. This is where stuff is being sold. This is where toys are being sold. Gosh, I did my run like right away, so I kind of don't remember what I did, but here we go. The raw production is being brought here to Daria. This is where toys are being made. And toys are being run from... Let's just get a map open real quick and you can see. So toys are being picked up here in Daria and are being shipped all the way to Vera, which is kind of on the other side of the world. And this is where it's being sold. And then we're going to Vera Transfer to pick up more toys. And then we're going to Patricia Valley to sales. So what we have is, I'll just expand this out a little bit. It goes from Daria to Vera, which wasn't a bad run. And you can see I've got all these other things plugged in really neatly and everything. And it worked out pretty well. What I should have done is I should have made this route a lot bigger. But what I have is probably a crap ton of... yeah, I need way more trains. So what I had an interesting kerfuffle with was balancing the two stations. So Vera Transfer is what has the toys, and Daria Woods is what also has toys. So if Daria Woods is not producing enough toys, you get this. You get this huge backup, right? So what I needed to do was, here in Daria Woods, I need to ramp up production. So I spent a fair amount of the game just balancing production. All these, absolutely all this is going all the way up here to Daria. And that's how that worked. So I was really happy with that route. And then I was like, well, while I'm kind of waiting for a little bit, I guess, why don't I do it again with Candy? So I did the same thing with Candy. So we start here in... is that Diana? Let's call it Diana Heights. And I'll just grab this guy. And we'll go from Diana Heights. And then Paraskovia is where we'll drop it off. And then we go to another station nearby for pickup, and then drop off. And then cycle repeats itself. And this comes all the way back here. Boom. So real simple roundabout. Same deal. I ran out of time. I could have just kept going. But you can see all these little branch offs. Got all the little stuff going on. And that's really about it. So everything is just pulling more resources to one of those things, or two of those things. And that's really kind of it. I was really happy with this run because this is actually the first time I successfully implemented the whole pick up stuff, go drop off stuff, pick up stuff, drop off stuff, very close like this. So I think my trains, just to throw out some numbers, maybe 94% effective, meaning there's not much time they're transporting no cargo. So I was pretty happy with that. I honestly don't have like a lot to discuss about my run, but that's really about it. So it's just pull resources together and whatever. You can take a look at my trains. 72. These must be toys. Yep. Dang. That's a lot of... That's way more trains than I think anyone else has had. And then these are going to be my candy trains, I'm sure. Yeah, bags of candy. And then these are batteries. Yep. Yeah, so it worked out pretty well. I think I have a better idea on how to balance stuff, and a longer route would have been more helpful and all that, but I'm still pretty happy with how it panned out. Here's my storybook. Yeah, I didn't even get 1 million the first year because, like I said, I overbuilt my population bits. The transportation route for my population passengers, gosh, I gotta say it right. And that's kind of what screwed me up. I overbuilt the line, and I didn't build enough of the actual trains themselves. That's kind of what screwed that up. But anyway, I was pretty happy with it. Yeah, a bit of a kerfuffle this year, again, because one station didn't have enough stuff. So that's what happened. That's what happened with this whole jam up here, is this station doesn't have enough toy production. So if we just join for a moment, you'll see exactly... Like, see, all these trains are just literally waiting for toys, and if they can't unload fast enough, these guys can't unload fast enough, because these guys are literally waiting to drop off toys, so everything has a bit of a weird spiral effect. There's stuff that is just not panning out nearly as well as it could. Oh, no. Oh, that killed my whole thing right there. There's a traffic jam. There you go, fixed. Aw, that sucks. I bet you any money that's what killed the whole thing. Impossible track combination. That's interesting. Oh, I know why. Monorail. Monorail. And I can't maglev. Okay, I don't know what to do here, and that's okay. There we go. And now, just to fix it, I mean, I'm here. Yeah, this needs to get spread out, and that's exactly what killed my... Damn, man, that's like the 5th time that's happened too. Okay, well, good to troubleshoot, right? That's how we learn. We try, we learn, we troubleshoot. I went for bigger trains this time. I think I went for the same length-ish. Let's just assume I did better this time. Well, I know how to find out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is about what I do. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is pretty manageable. Each railroad locomotive like this is half. Each car is also half. If it's two-headed or has a head and a tail, it's one length. So that's how you can tell the distance of things. So yeah. Anyway, that's cool. We did my money. We did my storybook. We did the orders. Done deal. That's kind of it for me. Last but not least is Goody Two Shoes. Let's see how they did. Bluey. I'm going to pronounce that Bluey. 165 million. Not too shabby. Let's see what we got here. Honestly, anytime anyone gets over like 75 million, I'm pretty freaking impressed. Because I remember way back when I first started to play this game, I'm like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And I can't rub two sticks together to make a fire. I can't do anything. I don't know what I'm doing. And so like anytime like now I'm seeing people with 10, 20, 30, 50 million, 70 million, 100 million, whatever. I don't know. It's always cool to me. I always smile. Okay, quick cursory look. Got some good passenger routes going on. Let's just jump right in here. Wow, some real solid growth here. Holy crap. Very nice. Just the quietest stuff ever. Anyway. No, that's very cool. So this all goes all the way down to... This is a solid passenger route. Holy dang. Abigail. Yep. Oh, Abigail and Judith. Okay, so these are two cities. Judith is winning the... I don't know. Abigail's just getting chomped. Chomp, chomp, chomp. But yeah, same thing here. Real straightforward. So a couple of bus stations with a bus bouncing back and forth. Oh, this is interesting. So here's how buses and vehicles work. They won't pull a UE unless they have to. So what is happening here is Goody Two Shoes actually has trimmed all the outlets. So by the time a bus gets here, they have to turn around. They have to pull a UE, which is great because what would normally happen is they would go all the way through this process. They can't just whip a UE whenever they want. They have to do it when there's nowhere else to go. So by controlling this actually keeps the buses really tied up. So what's going to happen is bus is going to leave Judith Woods, Judith West, Judith Transfer, Judith Halt, get turned around, go into the station here, into the depot, and then turn around. So let's see here. Woods, West, Transfer, Halt, Transfer, West, end of orders. Cool. I mean, that works exactly as I think it would. I think. But little stuff like that, if you're paying enough attention, you can see how players play, and you can pick up new strats, new tips. I don't usually do that. I should probably do that more often. So bubble goes to more bubbles. Okay, so that's a transfer. And I'm sure there's going to be a cola factory somewhere around here. I like panning the map on my own sometimes. It feels like I'm investigating or something. Yeah, I'm checking it out. Yep, there it is. So this is going to have... this should have a bunch of cola probably ready. What do you do? Bubbles, okay. Okay, they might not be pulling the soda from the thing, which is still totally fine. You can make fair amounts of money transporting the little stuff also. Ooh, what do we got here? This looks complicated. Okay, toffee. Okay, bubbles. More bubbles. You're hauling toffee. Okay, where are you hauling that toffee? Nika North, Freya South. Okay, that's where you're making the candy. Alyssa Woods, picking up more toffee. Adam East, where you are dropping off to make more candy. Okay, so this is actually a really great example of how, the same way I've already talked about finished products, the bags of candy, the toys, the soda, right? This is how you do it with raw materials. So Goody Two Shoes has really done a nice job with this. So pick up, drop off, pick up, and drop off. So this whole loop, instead of, again, raw materials only being 50% efficient, right? Go to the mines, grab the toffee, go to the candy store, or go to the candy factory, come back. That come back is half the trip. So your trains are only ever 50% effective. But here, you can make the same trains more effective. Or, I've been using the word efficient. When I use words like efficiency, I'm saying like you have the same tools and materials, but you're doing better with them. You're proficient with the tools to be more efficient, maybe? Oh, and I didn't even know it. But little bits like this save you from building multiple trains. Another thing that kills efficiency is if a train is just waiting. Just literally waiting at a station. And it's just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, and it's only running maybe once a year. So using the same train for multiple stations works out really nicely. That's a cool thing. Build-ups for more infrastructure and such, I'm sure. Anything else? I don't think so. Good passenger routes. Good infrastructure. I like the whole using the trains more rather than building more trains. So that works out nice. Thank you, Goody Two Shoes. Okay, I think that is everybody. So let's go ahead and go through the scores here. Let me just get my list sorted. Okay, congratulations to the dude for 4,263 million. Cyber Psycho, 1,230 million. Bo Gus, 1,069 million. JMegs, 949 million. Cinder Elm Creek, 667 million. Gil Games, 456 million. Goody Two Shoes at 165 million. So congratulations to the dude for walking away with the victory on this one. And thank you all for joining. If you'd like to participate in this and other tournaments, feel free to join the Megacycle Entertainment Discord. The description is below, or the link to join is in the description below. And that's all I got. So thank you all for joining, and I hope to catch you next time. Hey there, guys, gals, fans, and pals. Thanks for checking out my video. I also want to take a moment to thank all my supporters and donators, and if you'd like to join up with me and game with my crew, all the information to get connected is in the description below. Thanks again, and I hope to catch you next time.